Hey, what's good, y'all? So, after not driving for Grubhub since this past February, March, sometime around that time frame, because it's been that long ago since the last time I actually drove for the platform, due to me working already two other jobs at the time, by the way, W-2 based jobs. I didn't want to be burning myself out by working those two jobs along with doing gig work as well. Now, even though I'm down to just working one W-2 based job, the money still is not really enough money to be able to supplement my income, if that makes sense, or to make ends meet with, because I get paid not weekly but bi-weekly working this particular job. And for some of you who may not know what my other job is consisting of, my actual primary job is working for the Postal Service as a mail handler. Anyway, due to what all I have going on, all the personal stuff that I have to take care of, I'm in the process of sort of doing Grubhub or driving for Grubhub again. Anyway, I just got an offer to pick up from a Cracker Barrel restaurant, which is a 14-minute drive from my home, and I'm actually on my way to the restaurant as we speak. As soon as I pick up from the restaurant, I have to drop off at a bank, which is around 12 miles away from the restaurant. Therefore, I'll be driving a total of around 26 miles in all to deliver this particular order. Now, for the amount, I'm not sure of the amount of the order, because I caught myself trying to accept the order so it wouldn't disappear. For all you people that are familiar with driving for the platform Grubhub, if I'm not mistaken, I guess it's still, the algorithm is still working this way, that if you don't accept an offer, as soon as you get an offer within so many seconds or a minimum of 1 minute, then the offer could easily disappear and get assigned to another driver, whoever is closer by or within the same mile radius. So, with that said, I'm on my way to pick up from the Cracker Barrel restaurant, and as right now it's 11:50 a.m. in my area of Birmingham. So I'll probably try to make some extra money driving for Grubhub until around no later than 1 p.m. due to how I don't want to burn myself out, and due to how I have to be at my actual workplace around 6 p.m. today. Therefore, I plan on letting you know, all of you, in case you would like to know how much I would have earned by the time I were done doing Grubhub today. I plan on doing or showing, my earnings, my total earnings for today, this day of November 1st, Monday, November 1st. So I'll catch you all later. Hey people, it's me back once again. So I'm done for the day when driving for Grubhub, after driving for just an hour, and the number of orders that I dropped off was around three, a minimum of three, or total of three. The first one was on behalf of Cracker Barrel, and like I was saying earlier, how I would have been driving a total distance of 26 miles from my home location to the restaurant, and from the restaurant to drop off the order. Let me rephrase that. On Grubhub's end, it's saying that I drove a total of 14 miles. And I do apologize on behalf of that. Anyway, the way I'm looking at it, that Grubhub basically calculated the distance and mileage from the restaurant Cracker Barrel to the drop-off location, which was actually 14 miles. And off of that order, I made a total of $11. Now, for the second order, I picked it up from a restaurant by the name of Roly Poly, and that was my most highest paying drop off out of all three orders. That by tips alone, I made $8 off of that drop off alone. When the time that I spent at the restaurant and the distance as well from the restaurant to the drop off location, which was almost 2 miles. I drove from the restaurant to the drop off location. Therefore, I made a total of, if I'm not mistaken, and the screenshot is right beside me saying $12, a little bit over $12. I think almost $13. Anyway, you see the screenshot right beside me saying so. Okay, my very last dropout was on behalf of a pizza restaurant named Da Vinci Pizza, which is my most lowest paying drop off, paying me only $8, or actually a little bit over $8. So in total, I grossed a total of $32, $32.48. It should have been, after working around an hour, actually almost an hour and a half, because I started around 11:40ish a.m. and my last drop off was dropped off around 1:39 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I'm saying all of this to say that by me not earning a hourly guarantee, the Grubhub hourly guarantee, which I guess is $9 still, it may have increased because, like I said on the previous video, or earlier, excuse me, on behalf of this same video, in case some of you may have forgotten that I did Grubhub the last time I drove for Grubhub, and for some of you who may not recall, excuse me, the last time I drove for Grubhub, it was around February or March of this year. So I'm sort of new to things again as far as driving for Grubhub again and doing gig economy work, due to how I started earlier this year, January this year, working two jobs. Well, actually, one of the jobs I already was working, uh, but I no longer work those two jobs, and they were W-2 based jobs. So it was kind of a conflict when the few times I was driving for Grubhub early this year and trying to work those two jobs as well, because one of those jobs that I'm no longer working was working from 7 in the morning until 1:30 in the afternoon. So on the days that I worked that job, which was Mondays through Fridays, I would usually have to leave there and go to work to my second job. One I was at a school, the one working from 7 in the morning to 1:30 in the evening. The other one, or second one, was working at a hospital where I was working from 3 in the evening until 11:30 at night. Therefore, I was working a total around 14 hours a day. However, excuse me, with the job at the hospital, I was working different days, instead of working a set schedule. My off days would rotate. In other words, one week I may be off on a Monday for my weekdays, then would work that Tuesday through Friday, be off again that following weekend, that Saturday and Sunday. Now, on the weeks that I wouldn't have the weekend off at the hospital, I would usually work Saturdays and Sundays, and then my off days through the week next off day may usually be either on a Monday or a Thursday. A Monday, or sometimes I may have two off days throughout the week, a Monday and a Tuesday, something like that. I can't recall. Anyway, and to sum it all up, those are my earnings. What I was showing you, the screenshots that I was showing you earlier was my earnings, my total earnings that I made today on behalf of driving for Grubhub again. So I may start back to driving for Grubhub more full time. It just depends on what all I may still have going on as far as my personal issues that I'm still trying to take care of, or personal matters. I mean, nothing major. It's just that I have a lot of bills that I'm working on paying off for the time being. And that was what influenced me to start back. One of the main reasons that I started back to driving for Grubhub, because one perk, I'm sure for all you fellow Grubhub drivers could identify with me, one of the biggest perks of driving for Grubhub is that you could get paid within the same day with an instant cash out or fast pay option. Now, and speaking of which, I've been trying to see could I do that again on behalf of the app, the fast pay option, but it's not giving me that option. And maybe, just maybe, it's because the last time I drove for the platform was early this year, around this past February or March. So I'm going to conclude this video. And excuse me, y'all, because I have a slight cold as well due to how I suffer from sinus issues from time to time. But once again, I wanted to conclude this video on behalf of letting you all know how much I made on behalf of driving for Grubhub today. Even though I did not get the hourly guarantee, by the way, because I drove without a scheduled block. Anyway, feel free to leave your comments right down below in the comment section. Also, like the video so the video could get exposed to that much more people, and so I could be able to get more people drawn, or to I'm trying to say to bring more people or gain a much more bigger audience on my channel. And last but not least, subscribe, pick the all notification bell, because I will be uploading more and more content in the near future. And so have a good day.